Hello, Facebook, Sex Geeks. It's Reid from ReidAboutSex.com, creator of Sex Geeks Summer Camp. And when I'm wearing the camp shirt, that means this is business advice. And today is a very interesting day. So as you log on, please, say hi, tell me I'm a good person, because I was so excited today, and then a bunch of stuff just went wrong. And I've decided to talk to you about things going wrong, because one of the things that we talk about at camp, one of the things when I lecture about businessy stuff for sex educators and workshop facilitators and anybody who's trying to get their advice out into the world using technology, is that technology will often bite you in the butt, and not always in that consensual way. So what happened today is I got all excited yesterday to try doing a longer Facebook Live this morning about just what I like to call show and tell sex education, and why I think that's important. I've got my wondrous vulva puppet, which you can get on Etsy, the wondrous vulva puppet ready. I had this thing I was going to do. I was going to demonstrate a pleasuring technique that you can do on scrotums. I had some eggs, and I had this whole thing all ready. I was putting my microphones together. I was gonna do it at 11 a.m. I had the email ready to send, to blast out to everybody, and I thought just before I hit send on the email, you know what, I should check and make sure that I have my sales page, my registration page open for a couple of show and tell sex ed things that I'm doing later this year. Like, I should have the registration page open so that I can share with people, where you can go to register if you want to go on a 2-day deep dive retreat with me and basically do, oh, there's a horn. That enthusiastic horn is not how my day started. So basically, I went to check the registration page just to make sure I had it open, so I could direct people to things and tell them what the right prices were. And lo and behold, everything looked great, except that the actual registration buttons, which I use images, because there's a particular kind of button that I like to have, those were all gone. They were broken. The links to the images were broken. So it was like, frick. Like, you can't send, it's very hard to have people register for something if you get them all excited, and then they go to the page to register, and there's nothing for them to click on. Like, that just does not work. So, in a moment of, we're taking a pause here. Gonna look at the pretty flowers. Take a breath. In a moment of like, oh my goodness, what do I do? Because it was, for those of you who know me, I like to kind of try things on the fly, and so it was, 10 minutes before I was going to go live, I'm like, I can't do this. Like, this is not going to work. So I had to scrap the live this morning for the demos. Emailed support at, the system I'm using to figure out why the links are broken, because all the other images were loading. And then I figured, well, to be somehow proactive, and as a form of therapy, I would do, go for a walk, get out in the sun, take a deep breath, and share with you something that's probably going to happen to those of you who are doing online type, business and promoting your events and whatnot, is that sometimes the technology is going to fail you right when you're ready to use it. Not always, it doesn't happen that often, but I have had situations where I forgot to renew a website URL because I didn't have it on automatic, or something like that, and people can't get to the event because there's no URL for it anymore. So it's just like interesting little things, kind of Murphy's Law of things that will go wrong and things that happen when it's really the timing is super bad. And how can you, as an educator, draw on the skill sets and the knowledge and the emotional IQ that you have to not panic? It's not the end of the world. I'll do my Facebook Live thing tomorrow. I'll probably figure it out today what happened. We'll fix it, and then we'll just keep chugging along. In a similar way that if you're somebody who teaches a lot of live events, when something unexpected happens in your live events, like you still remain in charge and keep all your attendees, safe in the boat of your container for your workshop. It's just so much more difficult for a lot of educators that I know to maintain that same groundedness when technology fails you. Like we're good when something goes wrong in a workshop, or somebody starts to have a big emotional release or epiphany and it's unexpected. But when it's unexpected and it's technology based, a lot of us just lose our shit. And I just want to let you know, like, this happens not all the time, thank goodness, but enough at this point that I'm like, oh, okay, it's going to be one of those days. And to just not freak out about the inconvenience and just keep chugging along, which is role modeling, kind of probably the advice that we're giving people, I hope, for their relationships when the unexpected happens. You stay grounded, you stay present, and you just keep chugging along. And it's really noisy in my neighborhood this week. It was today, so I'm just going to keep turning around and hiding in the back alleys here. So what do we got here? We got some comments. Use redundant links. Not all devices and browsers usually recognize all links. Aw, you're good, Renee. Good job. Yes, I do have that. It's just not the way that I want it to be with the images. And yes, that's great advice. Thank you, Renee. So I tend to do redundant links in my emails, where I'll have an embedded link that says click here, and then later in the email I'll have just the full link so that people can copy and paste it. Like there's great, just like Renee said, like good link protocols, but when you have image-based situations and the image link is broken and you don't know why, it's definitely inconvenient. I would love for those of you who are watching to leave comments about a situation where technology failed you, and how did you keep going, or how did you regain your balance, or recoup or reset yourself after something surprising happens. There was a situation years ago when, I forget what television show came out. There was some big television show that I had a part on. And the night that it aired, for some bizarre reason, my website went down. And to this day, we still can't figure out exactly what happened. It just went down, so that then there was all this amazing, media going on, and nobody could go to my website. And you know what? I'm glad that happened early on in my career, because it got me over that, and because I'm still here. People eventually could find me. It didn't ruin my career, but at the same time, it would be really great that to have things work when you want them to, or when you need them to. And most times, more often than not, things seem to work out great. And it's that thing about just being a human, where we notice and we remember the bad stuff. We tend not to notice when everything's going great. We tend not to notice when everything's smooth, because we're just chugging along. So again, you know, these are just things that I think will be helpful for you to get used to, or, you know, hopefully this video is reminding you in a future date when something goes wrong, oh, I remember that time that Reid talked about something not working. So I'm in good company, and you know, I hope that the things that befall upon you are smaller and more easily fixed and solved, and the turnaround time for your technological difficulties goes smoothly for you. I don't anticipate that my buttons will be unavailable for the rest of my life. They will somehow magically reappear, and we'll figure it out. But again, it's just a big pain in the butt, and I was like super excited. But I can tell everybody, hey, this is what's happening. We're going to try again tomorrow, and maybe that'll build more excitement and delicious tension, and maybe not. But if I'm playing for the long haul and I'm not going anywhere, then we're just going to keep moving forward, and you build better protocols in the future for how to prevent things like this from happening. And just sometimes things will pop up last minute. The event or the live broadcast will go the way that it's going to go. Are you able to stay present and, you know, continue just role modeling moving forward, which is a lot of the role modeling for life, I think. So that's about it. I'll read the comments when I get back inside. I'm going to enjoy the rest of my walk today. Share your stories of when technological things went wrong for you, how you solved them, or at least how you approached them. And that way we can normalize in our world that the tech sometimes just kind of craps out on you. It's not because you're a bad person. It's not some karmic curse following you everywhere. And check your links, folks. Check your links, and make sure you have everything that you need, hopefully before you go live. Because if you're somebody like me who likes winging it, and uses, you know, tying themselves to the rock and then throwing the rock off the cliff as a means to make sure that we take action, that's great. And sometimes when you throw the rock off the cliff and it drags you over the edge, you realize that your images aren't showing up on your registration page, and that's okay too. All right, this is Reid Mihalko signing off from a nice sunny day in a noisy neighborhood, and my intention is to do my Facebook Live tomorrow morning at 11 a.m. And now I have to check my calendar and make sure I haven't double booked something. But 11 a.m. I'm going to do some demos and talk about show and tell sex education, and just share my thoughts on why that's important, and share some show and tell sex ed stuff that I've got coming up later this year, and hopefully invite people to register on a page where there are beautiful, bright buttons that they can click for registration. So that's what we're going to do. Reid Mihalko from Sex Geek Summer Camp, signing off. And for those of you who are thinking about coming to camp or coming to Sex Geek Design Studio, we have a special not 2-for-1, but if you register for both, I created a special 7-pay thing. So the way to go to that, crap. How am I going to do that? I'll post a link in the comments when I get home, because that offer was only made to people on my email list. But I'll share it with you all because that might be useful today. And that expires like in 2 days. I think that's it. Love you all. Thanks for letting me share. I feel a little bit better now. And I'm going to go tackle those registration buttons and do battle with the technology gods. All right. Have a great day, everyone. Leave a comment. Hit some emoticon buttons. Make it rain. Bye.